How the fuck are you guys?
Good.
That's how we're starting this off.
All right.
That's it.
I didn't know we were recording. I was like,
That's it.
we're
recording now.
For an hour.
We're recording. We have the camera now for YouTube. Shameless plug. Go check out the YouTube Really Nice Podcast.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. So Fitzy's not doing music anymore. Fitzy also is a tranny.
That's
and
true.
You can't say tranny.
Yeah.
Can you? Nobody says tranny anymore.
You can't say the T word, dude.
Wait,
Trans.
what?
I'm just kidding. I don't fucking care.
Oh,
He's just being a libtard.
Oh God! Somebody's like bashing their stereo in their car, like, no!
Yeah, get wrecked, libtard.
This is purely for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we're kidding.
What is this thing, by the way?
Those
are
are
easy pass.
No, dude. No, it ain't. Nah, it's called. I ripped all the labeling off because I'm fucking like, I have like tics.
Retarded.
Yeah, that. You can't say retarded. The fuck?
Somebody is gonna be like, I am offended.
I'm offended because I'm retarded. You can't say retarded, only I can say it. But listen, so
I qualify. I meet their standards of retardation.
Yeah, exactly. I ripped all the labels off, but these are called On pouches. They have a couple milligrams of nicotine, and because like we were just talking about, I used to smoke, so I use those to like curb cravings, and they don't fuck up my cardio. They don't make me feel like shit. It sounds like I'm fucking getting paid by them to say this, but I was
Nobody can see this.
He literally
but
has a
this looks
jewel.
like cocaine.
It does, right?
Okay. Wait, are we gonna ignore the fact that he just said that, but he has a fucking jewel right here?
Yeah.
Well, I don't do that normally.
Hey, he's a gold blue belt. All right, the man can do whatever he wants. He's basically Enzo Gracie or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
He's because
Helium,
of that.
Helium.
He's basically planted himself inside the Gracie tree. They don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
He just went in there and was like, new branch.
Gracie by
Fitzy.
marriage.
I really hope none of them ever hear this.
My neighbor's last name is Gracie, but they had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah. Sir, are you a killer? What?
You ever
Okay, never mind. You're not in the Gracie family.
Yeah.
The Gracie family.
It's a very like cult-like practice.
Jiu-jitsu.
In general, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding last weekend. I had to consciously tell myself not to like ramble about it because I love it so much,
Oh, jiu-jitsu.
And I caught myself like probably more than 10 times talking about it and being like, fucking stop it.
You know what I realized though? Like when you spend a lot of time doing certain things that like other people find cool, that's when you like talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but like
if that's loose, you can just spin the mic one.
That's
one
why
time.
Harry's always talking about jacking off.
Yeah. Like,
yo, I'm trying to fucking
dude, I have so many dick jokes for when I'm a comedian. Like I literally, because I'm fat, so like there's YouTube now. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, Harrison's skinny. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. But like I think about it all the time. Like,
you can't say fat, all right? Body positivity.
No, he means with a PH.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
You can do that.
Throw it all the way back. So like, I think about doing stand up quite frequently,
So
and
I just do it.
I don't have any time. Time is a big factor.
We make time for the things we like.
It's the lowest thing on the totem pole, like jiu-jitsu for me right now. As sad as it makes me sit.
I thought we were talking about stand up.
But well, I'm getting there.
Oh, excuse me.
Jiu-jitsu is the opposite of stand-up.
Wow. Somebody that's listening is like, what the fuck was that?
Very just listen.
So-
You can't see. I did a drum roll thing.
The
so-
padum.
Yeah.
Very profound though.
So in jiu-jitsu, for anyone that's listening, you don't really stand at all. It's pretty much
Especially if you're
ground.
Fitzy, you just pull guard. 'Cause
Oh
you have no
hell yeah!
takedowns.
I'm the guard pulling champ, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck wrestling. Why would I want to start my round off getting fucking dropped on my ass? That's like the most demotivating
Okay,
thing.
well maybe you could get good at wrestling.
I do. I try when I'm training, but in competitions, obviously, I'm not gonna go for that. I just want to pull guard and fucking be a sissy boy.
Just win.
Let me be.
Just win.
Stop fucking. I have an alternative lifestyle, and you need to respect that.
Friends don't let friends pull guard.
So anyway, back to dick jokes.
Dick jokes.
So I think about this a lot, and I want to put together a whole compilation of just like if I was ever like famous and like on like a world tour, I would just name my tour like
No,
dick
it's
jokes.
too bad you don't have any time. Then
Yeah.
that'll never happen.
You're right.
That would be a good name for a tour.
I want to be like rich and famous and go on tour, but I just don't have the time.
Can I offer? Can I offer you?
busy.
Can I offer?
I don't know if it's gonna be one of those things that's like gonna make me rise to the top.
Can I offer you some advice based on zero experience?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think dick jokes would be a great title, only because you can't advertise it on network television or
that's
radio,
true.
because then it has a swear word in it.
Unless your name was Dick. That would be
Ah.
Make your stage name
Ooh,
Dick
what would
Bad.
the FCC do about that?
Dick Jokes. That could be your stage name.
Dick Jokes.
Jokes.
Let's go, yo, dude. We're giving you $1 million. We're giving you a fucking $1 million idea,
Oh my god.
and you're like, I don't have time. We're giving you,
time.
yo, if you get,
We are giving you solid
yo,
information.
this
right
is
now.
on the record. So if you ever get paid for this, I'm coming for you.
All right.
I'm gonna fucking sue your ass off. If you fucking make money off of that.
Dick jokes.
I mean, he's the one who came up with the name, but I was here, so I'm entitled to something.
So, I have quite a few dick jokes that I've thought about over.
Let's
the
hear
over-
your
Yeah,
best
come on.
one.
Just like it goes in like a series of like just constantly rolling with like I have like I don't know how big my dick is because I'm fat and like I can't see it. So like people are like, oh, why do you like turn so much like when you're taking a leak, around other people? And I'm like, well, I just don't want you to see my dick. And they're like, what are you afraid? I'm like, no, I don't want you to make fun of how little it is. All right, because I don't know how big it is. I haven't seen them.
Hey, don't do that joke. That's not funny.
as Fitz laughs.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I thought it was
That's
kind of funny.
No, it's funny.
Yo, it's not.
That's
Nothing's
good.
ever funny on the spot. You can't
You
be
don't
like
think so?
you can't be like be funny.
Dude,
That's why. Sorry, go
the
ahead.
best jokes
I'm not
are the
funny
ones
at
that
all, so-
come in second wind. Like you listen to it and you're like, oh, that's kind of
And
funny.
then the laughter.
And then like a couple hours later, when you're in the car, you're like, oh, dude, that is fucking funny. But like you don't want to laugh because nobody else is around. You're sitting in your car all alone in
Yeah,
a dark
yeah.
parking lot waiting to drive home.
Yeah. I love like
But that's
a
what's
good
funny.
like one-liner. I love those.
Yo, Mitch Hedberg was like the king of that.
Yeah.
That was just like one,
Just like one.
Yeah, one quick, like
I'm
a quip.
I'm not funny. I wish I was. I'm just like not.
I think you're pretty funny.
Me? No.
Like when you were saying he wasn't funny, I thought that was really funny.
Oh.
Dick
just-
jokes was also brilliant.
I'm just not
Come on, give
funny,
yourself
but
some
if I
fucking
was-
credit, dude.
Yeah, you got
Well,
like-
like low self-esteem.
No.
man.
Well, no, but just in one of my
Well, yeah,
comedy.
no.
Well, yeah, all right, now we're pulling layers
But-
back here.
Go deep.
Dig deep.
Go
Brutally Honest
deep.
podcast. We do therapy sessions. We're gonna help you sort out your
I'm just
fucking
being brutally
baggage.
honest.
That's right.
That's the spirit, bro.
But what I was gonna say before was like stand up. I would be fucking terrified to do stand up because that's
I've
essentially
done it once.
That's essentially what it is. It's like
You did it once?
yeah.
Where?
Honestly, I don't remember the name of the place, but it wasn't like an open mic night. My buddy was like, "Hey, would you fill a spot if I ran a comedy show?"
It looks tough because
And
my friend.
it's hard as fuck,
yeah,
dude.
of course it is.
Holy, I didn't realize how
yeah.
hard it is, dude.
And you have the most hostile audiences.
And
when you're a
what
new
I-
comedian, you know.
One thing I think I realized, but I've only done it once, so it's kind of hard for me to tell, is the smaller the crowd, the harder comedy
Oh,
is.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
bigger the crowd, the easier, because
Mob
like,
mentality.
I was making jokes that like were like, so I was in a room, probably with like 20-something people in it, but like it was either super young or like super old, like 50 and over or like 25 and under.
Yeah.
So it was like, I would say a joke and only like half the
Yeah.
like half the room would get it and that half of that half would laugh because it was a funny joke
generational
towards them.
generational gap in like the humor.
And like making jokes that are funny both towards like an older generation and a young generation is so goddamn hard.
yeah. I was gonna say fucking like stand up is essentially like remember how I just said
But that's why I like dick jokes because like everybody can laugh.
Everybody
at dick
likes
jokes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even
But
like women are like those kind of funny.
if someone's like be funny, like if someone's like be funny.
Oh, this guy's so hilarious.
It's
Tell us a
impossible.
joke.
Yeah, it's like impossible to be funny if you're like someone's like be. But that's essentially what stand up is. Like you're walking on the stage and an entire crowd's like be funny. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's so it's fucking.
But like you don't have people like cutting you off and shit like that.
What do you mean?
Like
oh yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you see somebody like, oh dude, you're a comedian, like tell me a joke.
Yeah, make
it's
me
like,
laugh.
oh, you're a marathon runner, go fucking run.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no, douche.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
you
gonna
get
say.
ready for that
I was gonna
stuff.
say what because I can't like it's brutal if the crowd isn't like fucking with it. It's terrible. I was gonna say when I was still doing music, I got so fucking lucky because I already had such like good rapport on the internet.
Sure.
That the first time I ever performed, there was already like a fuck ton of people that were there in full support.
Sure.
So I got lucky. Like I never had to go through the phase of like getting booed off stage and like all that shit, you know. But I'll tell you, I did one time. I did a show with my buddies Vinny Patron and Damage. We went to Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I actually went there.
Yeah, I've been
recently
there
for
too.
a wedding.
Dude, it's very depressing. I'm sorry if you're from there, but like that place is fucking.
My
depressing.
friend told me he's from Philly. for years. He is not from Philly.
From Allentown,
That is
Pennsylvania.
not Philadelphia.
If I was from Allentown, I'd be reluctant to tell people that too, though. That place
Yeah.
is fucking so sad. But listen, I fucking get there, and like this was the only show I had ever done where people weren't there. I was on a card with like a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like people weren't there to like see me. It was the first time I had ever been to a show where like people didn't show up. I mean, I had a handful of friends, like my mom came and shit like that, but other than that, it was like, you know.
Your number one fan.
Dude,
Yeah,
Philly's
I know.
not even anywhere
But-
near Allentown.
Yeah, no,
No.
it's not even close. But here's what happened. So the show got put on late, so they cut off the breaks in the middle of the sets. So it was like this guy goes, he gets off, the next guy goes, it gets off, the next guy. So there was no like breaks in between sets because they ran it so late. So by the time I went on, when the guy in front of me finished, everyone like went to the bathroom and went to get drinks and da-da-da, and I didn't have time to like wait for him. So I performed, I shit you not, for like 5 people. And the stage wasn't elevated. It was like on the same level as like the. So I was just like standing in front of 5 people, just rapping my fucking ass off, and it was like such a sad night. I was like, damn, this is fucking. I'm never doing anything outside of Bastards again. You know. I did one show in New York that was great because, like I said, it was just for me. You know what I mean? But that environment, oh my god, and like. That's what I'm saying. Like with I couldn't imagine. Like it would have been. I had pre-written things that go to a beat, and like I know exactly every word I'm gonna say for every second of that set. With stand-up, it's a little different. You kind of gotta like modify your jokes or modify your timing, timing and shit. Like
when to let people laugh.
Yeah.
You know, when to like let a joke roll. There's a lot of shit that goes into comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're talking about music, so you're giving up music.
I put it on the back burner.
Why?
I gave it up. I gotta warn in advance. This story is gonna sound extremely hypocritical because I'm having a couple drinks right now as we speak. But it had to do with me getting. I got sober for a while, and that was like part of the whole experience, you know. But so
You
essentially,
can't say like I got sober. You just say I gave up.
yeah, I gave up drinking for a while. Like,
Yeah,
well,
that's it.
yeah. So I
Sober means like
It's like Lent.
you go to like
a
AA
little
and
bit.
you're like never drinking again. Like yeah.
No, you
No,
just
but
yeah.
I mean, well, anyway, all right.
Just
So
let
let me
the body dry up.
let me explain. So what happened was January 2019. I got so fucked up the last time I went to Bastards for New Year's, and I got so fucked up that I like missed my flight, and I had to like get a new flight the next day in another hotel. It cost me like $800 just because I fucking got so drunk I missed my flight. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I was like,
So it affected you.
Yeah, I was like, I need to make a change in my life. You know what I mean? I need to like get my shit together a little bit. So New Year was like a New Year's on the spot resolution. I was like, all right, fucking, I'm done getting fucked up. So from January all the way to July 4th, my buddy's wedding is when I fell off the wagon on the 4th of July. But you know, for 6 months I was just completely straight edge, nothing. And
It's impressive.
thank you, I appreciate that. It was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. It's fucking
Dude, it's
everything is
hard.
drinking. Every social
Everything.
situation, every time I go to a barbecue or like anything, it's always like it's just in your face all the time. You go to the gas station and there's fucking mountains of beer and you know what I mean? It's everywhere. But anyways, I started realizing like I was just generally more like happier. You know,
Sure.
I guess because your brain chemistry is staying like kind of the same.
Consistent. It's
Yeah,
not like,
yeah. You're not like
you're not getting tanked on a Saturday.
yeah,
night
you're not
and
like spiking your
recovering for
you're not
2 days.
spiking your fucking dopamine all the time and then coming down from it and then going to work on Monday like oh I feel like shit, you know, like and not to make like you know to bring it up again jiu-jitsu, you know, but like doing jiu-jitsu was like it kind of motivated me to stay sober because obviously I don't want to miss any mat time because I'm hungover and shit like that.
Sure.
So anyways, but just realizing like how much happier and more content I was in general being sober, I was like, damn, like I started realizing the veteran community in general, right? We're like Marine Corp veterans. I don't know if that's important to the story. I'm not just throwing it out there. But so anyways, the veteran community in general has like huge fucking issues with alcohol, drug abuse, and like suicide and everything like that. You know,
Sure.
like and people are abusing pills and things like that. You know, and I started realizing like a lot of the music I made. I don't want. It almost sounds like I'm encouraging people, or like it sounds like, oh yeah, like we drink to cover up our problems, like because we're men, we're fucking Marines. Like that's kind of the vibe.
Build brotherhood. Though.
Yeah, but like that's kind of the vibe I was given. That's like not a healthy. Obviously, it's not a fucking healthy way to deal with your shit. You know what I mean? So, and just realizing how much better my life was in general, like getting sober, and I realized like the music I made like kind of motivated people to like engage in the drinking culture, and you know what I mean? I felt like fuck, man. I would have people like messaging me sometimes on Facebook saying like, "Oh, dude, I'm fucked up. Everything's misspelled. There's like punctuation where it shouldn't be and stuff." They're like, "Dude, I fucking love your music." Da, da, da. And I'm reading it. And I'm like, "Dude, this is like, I'm not proud of this at all." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt like irresponsible, kind of guilty a little bit, like I'm really like people
That's pretty mature.
people that are already getting blackout drunk and fucking offing themselves all the time, and I'm like, yeah, drinking's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, like.
What do you think?
I kind of felt a little bit. I kind of felt a little irresponsible. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I felt like it was kind of.
Do you think like you were more trying to give like insight than promote, and people took it as you were trying to promote it, but you're really just trying to like draw back the curtain a little bit?
Well, my intention doesn't matter at all.
Right.
Like obviously I'd never.
It doesn't matter if they're taking.
Yeah, like I didn't. Obviously, I never made any. I didn't record a single line with the intention of like I want Marines to get blackout drunk tonight, so I'm gonna make this song. That wasn't the intent. But my intent doesn't matter. Like listening to when I'm in my car, I listen to my own shit sometimes, and like.
Is that weird?
Kind of a little bit, yeah.
Because you're probably the only other person I know that listens to themselves.
I listen to
a podcast. I'll listen to.
I like my music. All right. I know that sounds like a little.
I like it.
I like it. Sounds a little cocky and braggadocious. I do enjoy my own music, but not to stroke myself off too much on the fucking podcast, But
hey, at least you could see it.
No, I like listening to my own shit. I kind of like what I do is I try to picture myself as an outside, like you know what I mean, and I'm like, damn, a lot of this sounds like. Drinking is fucking dope. Like, oh, you just got out of the Marines and you're like have crippling anxiety and PTSD, dude. Have a couple drinks, you'll be fucking straight. You'll be straight, dude. And I was like, I don't know. It kind of got to me a little bit. I was like, this probably isn't very responsible.
I think though that like a lot of, I'm just saying from like what I've seen. I think a lot of musicians have dealt with that. Like Marilyn Manson got blamed for like school shootings and shit like that.
What? Really?
Yeah, like Columbine, like they like one of the things they were saying was like, oh well, they listen to like,
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, but Marilyn Manson when he made that song, he had no way of, or whatever.
Yeah,
he had no way of knowing. Not that that's the reason they did it. But just saying, if it was, there's no way he would know that.
No, I understand, but it's
shout out to Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, shout out to Marilyn Manson.
Dope.
Yeah, he got a rib removed to suck his own. No, I know that's a myth.
Is that?
No, it's not true.
My god, I remember being in high school and people were like, dude, what? He got a rib removed so he can suck his own dick? Oh my god,
that's fucking sick.
Yeah. And then there's me who was like, you know why a dog licks his own balls? Why? Because he can.
Your dog got a rib removed?
No, they don't need a rib removed.
I can't wait. And the next generation, middle school kids are going to be like, yo, did you hear Harrison Barron got a rib removed? So his dog's rib removed so he can suck his own dick? Here we go, dick jokes. This is where we're at.
They used to say, like, Rod Stewart had to get his stomach pumped because
there was a kid that we used to go to high school with who would jerk his dog off and let him come. Yeah, on, like, the regular.
Why?
Just,
you know what?
Red Rocket. That's very disturbing.
Wait, yeah, dude, that's like fucked up.
That's a really fucking deep.
Dude, but I would love to be a little like a little young dog. You get to fuck anything.
Yeah, apparently teenage boys jerk you off.
Well, no, I feel like that would be fucking torture.
Dude, you get to dude, you look at a stuffed animal, you're like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the dick tonight, and then like I just. Oh God! I wish I could find the video on my Facebook, but it was like this little like French bulldog just listening, and it was like I think it was like a plush toy that was like a whale or like plush toy that was a shark. I don't remember. And he's just going to fucking dick town on that thing, and he's just like, like wrapping his little fucking T-Rex arms around it, just humping the shit out of that thing, like. Little dogs are the best. They can just fuck everything.
They're like trembling all the time.
And like they see a hot chick, they're like, I just want to fuck your leg.
I feel like that would be torture though. Like if you were that uncontrollably horny all the time, and like there was nothing available. Because like think about when you first hit puberty, like that's kind of what it was like. Like I wanted to fuck everything. I would fuck the hole in my couch cushion. Like I didn't give a fuck. I was like so primally.
What fucking movie is it when he puts the stick in the apple pie?
Oh, American Pie. Yeah. But like that's how like the thought like and I have thumbs. Thanks evolution. Like I have opposable thumbs so I can jerk off. Right. Dogs can't do that. Dogs just have to live with that. That's I can't think of a worse form of torture. Honestly.
Dude, I think it's so fucked up that we cut dogs' balls off.
Yeah, but it's better than them having what I just described, though, I think.
Yeah.
If they're domesticated anyways,
I don't know, man. Like, I think it's so funny when, like, dogs just want to fuck. like, especially like little kids
It's
with
the
like a
little
little.
things.
Wait, what?
Like,
Dogs want to fuck little kids.
Whoa! With a little,
It's getting
All
weird.
right, Harry, I'm out of here,
With,
dude.
like, a little
I've
dog.
had enough of this.
I
when a
don't
little
wanna be
dog sees
associated
like a
with
little
this.
kid, and then like the little kid is too innocent to know what the dog is doing,
Oh,
and the
God.
dog is just trying to hump its leg, and I've seen it on multiple occasions, and all the parents don't do anything for like a minute. They just laugh first, and they're like, all right, dog, you can't keep fucking this kid's leg, all right, just leave the kid alone, just no more
Yeah.
ticket for her.
I don't know, man. That
Little dog life. Is
yeah,
shit.
no, it's not, dude. Like I said, just being uncontrollably horny all the time with no options that sounds like hell. That sounds like hell.
Sounds like me as a teenager.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sounds
saying.
like all of us.
Yeah.
Well, puberty shit gets you.
At least dogs don't get fucking acne.
That's true.
Yeah, you know
Well, they
what?
cut their balls off.
You
before
completely
they
you
even
just
know.
changed my whole opinion. Actually, now that I think about it, I wish I was a little dog.
Oh,
Okay, yo, can you like we bred them into that? Like
from
that's
wolves.
from wolves, and now they're like Shih Tzus.
Yeah, Chihuahua.
That's insane.
That's a real fucking
Yeah.
manly dog.
What if like some fucking superior species bred us into like crazy pygmy people or something? That's basically what we did to wolves.
Basically.
Honestly, wouldn't
Somebody,
shock me if
I
it
was-
did.
Oh, is that offensive? Pygmy people?
I don't
Wait,
think so.
what is that?
I think it's
A pygmy?
I think like native, like in South American jungles, there's like native people that are
Oh,
pygmies.
yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
I'm not very educated or smart, so I don't know, but
But you can rap,
But you can rap.
I can
and you could somewhat do jujitsu.
somewhat. Not really though. The whole Gracie thing was a bit of an exaggeration. I'm not that good.
Great at the scramble.
Somebody's in their car like, who the fuck is this Gracie guy?
Oh,
Hilliam Gracie Fitzpatrick.
Dude, you know how many car accidents I've almost gotten because I'm listening to somebody's podcast? I'm like, I'll just look
want to
this
Google
thing
this up?
Google 'em.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Google it
Caesar,
while it's 75.
I talked enough. Tell them about the Gracies.
What, the Gracie family?
Yeah, like why they're so like revered in the jiu-jitsu community.
Well, I don't want to like get the whole history part wrong, but it's basically just a family in Brazil that has like their adaptation of jiu-jitsu, and it's been passed down, and they pretty much every major like academy or any like major like like legit black belt kind of derives somewhere from that family tree.
Yeah. From my understanding, they were like the first family to bring it to the United States. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like, I can't remember the whole story, but like somebody came from Japan and they just happened to meet like the Gracies, and then the Gracies took their variation of jiu-jitsu, and then brought that to America, and it's getting so big now. You even see like Jonah Hill is like a rep for like
Demi Lovato.
Hypnotic. Yeah.
Demi Lovato's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Really?
The guy who played Al Bundy is a fucking black belt. I swear to God, I don't remember his
Really?
real name. Yeah, but he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, there's a nice little write-up on CronGracie.com.
Chrome Gracie's sick. He's fighting soon. Who's he fighting?
I don't know.
Google it. Oh, you don't care. We won't go into this. We won't go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I just wanted the listeners to know who.
He cornered Nate Diaz at 241.
Oh yeah. Yo, you know who I've been like on the wave of a little bit lately? Dylan Dennis.
Dylan Dennis is sick.
He's a man.
I thought
yo.
Dylan Dennis was sick before all that shit with like Connor.
Really?
Yeah, he's fucking dope. He was he's I'm pretty sure he got his black belt from Marcelo,
Oh yeah.
and but I think he like once he started hanging out with like Connor, because they're like super like I mean you could Google that to make sure I'm right, but I'm pretty sure like once he started hanging out with Connor and kind of like doing the whole
What's his name?
Dylan Dennis, Dillon, then they were like, you gotta go. But I'm pretty sure he's like the jiu-jitsu coach at
He's Connor's jiu-jitsu
Full Blast,
coach.
yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. Like I was never interested.
Yeah, Marcelo Gracie.
Yeah. I was never interested.
Garcia, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Marcelo Gracie. I can't read.
I was. It's all good. We what the hell was I gonna say? I did it again. I forgot. Oh, Dylan Dennis.
It's
Yeah,
all
like
that alcohol.
before. I only had 2 fucking hard seltzers.
All that alcohol.
I know. Well, I didn't also.
6 months sober.
Yeah,
you're,
exactly. It kind of hit me. a
Dude,
little.
I went 6 months sober and I drank a 24 rack afterwards
Oh my
and was
God.
sober as a bird.
Really?
Went 1 month completely
Silence.
sober. Like completely
Concerned.
sober.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was
24
concerned.
pack of what? That was just
Coronas?
a joke. Like 24-pack of Gatorade.
Nah. There was a lot of beer. Dude, so
Yo, probably drinking a 24-pack of Gatorade would be
That
almost
would
more
fuck you
dangerous.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your kidneys would
You would
probably
fucking
shut down.
die.
Your kid was like, stop killing me!
So much sugar. Oh my god.
You'd
You
be
fucking
done.
yeah. You're on the fucking fast track to the diabetes.
But I'm totally on that Dylan Dennis.
Yeah.
wave.
Oh,
Like,
that's what I was
dope.
gonna say. Yeah.
I get what he's doing. Like he knows he's not gonna fuck up John Jones.
Yeah, of course. He's stirring up
But
shit.
people are like, he's fucking thinks he could heel hook John Jones. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, maybe he could.
Perhaps. I mean, it's a
I don't think
possibility.
I think he's probably gonna just get fucked up.
Yeah.
But he knows that. But now we're talking about him. Like he's been around for years, but nobody talked about him. Like
Yeah.
he had a really close match with Gordon Ryan. I think at Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Abu Dhabi. I could be totally wrong. Please don't judge me, everyone. But yeah, he had like a
It's too
really
late.
good
They've
match
already
with
judged.
him.
Yeah.
Gordon Ryan's sick too.
They turned it off as soon as he said training in the beginning anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I was gonna say like
Episode.
I was never, dude, in my whole life I never like watched sports. I was never into like watching sports. I never followed a team. If there's like a game on at
If you look at me, you'd never even know that I played sports.
but like if there's like a game on, I'll enjoy it. But I never followed or watched it. Same thing with the UFC and all these like MMA promotions. I was never into it. As soon as I got into jiu-jitsu because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in shape and like learn how to fight. Like I didn't think about how much it would actually like improve my life in general, But once I got into that, I became like obsessed with it. So I started following like Bellator and UFC and all that shit. And I'm like that guy at the bar that I used to be like, this guy's a fucking idiot, like yelling at the screen. I'm that guy now.
Back in the day, like when I was a kid, I used to watch like the old shit, like fucking Strike Force, WEC, like when Uriah Faber was like
yeah?
the young like California kid, fucking Dream with like Jason Mayhem Miller used to come out. It was like a Japanese.
Wasn't you tell me
promotion.
that you like WWE?
No, I don't like that. Shit.
I fucking loved that
He
shit,
loves-
yo.
Oh, I liked it when I was a
somebody had-
kid.
Oh yeah, I don't watch it anymore.
There's
somebody,
like grown men that like it now. I'm
Fuck,
like,
somebody had on pretty.
Oh, hold on. Let's not fucking disparage fans
Okay.
of the most electrifying, entertainment outlet on the planet. But yeah, no, it is kind of.
it's just like
Yeah, because
it's so
listen, I
wild.
watched it during the
It's
Attitude
set up.
Era. It was always set up, but I watched it during
Well,
the
yeah,
Attitude Era
it
when
was,
like
like, good.
Stone Cold was coming out and like beating the shit out of a woman. Like it was fucking off the wall shit. They were like putting people through tables. People were bleeding to death every week, and like it was,
fucking Stone Cold. They
had,
had
like-
the Cobra in the bathroom. remember?
yeah.
Yeah, that was
They had
fucked up.
storylines where people fucking like Stone Cold picked up Triple H in a car in like a forklift and dumped him,
Yeah.
and like crushed the car and shit. Like that was part of the storyline that like he tried to kill Triple H, And then now it's like much more family oriented. It's much more
Yeah.
like so it's like I don't know.
They used to have like the Godfather. He was a pimp, and he used to come out with the hoe.
Come out with the hoe train. Yeah, he was the
And that
man.
shit would
They
never
used to
fly
kill each
today.
other. They would put like they would have the casket match, and then they'd fill it with.
They'd bury him
fucking-
alive.
They'd bury him.
Fucking Stone Cold put somebody in a beer. I can't remember who it was. I think it was X-Pac, but he put him in a bear trap. And he was like dumping beer on the wound. He was like, "Give me a hell yeah!" And he was like
Yeah.
dumping beer all over the guy's
my
fucking leg.
God.
It was insane back then. It was like it was lawless.
Well, Jake the Snake, he used to have like actual fucking snakes, and
Oh, yeah.
he had this one snake that like they were saying like, oh, it's poisonous, but I think it was like a cobra or some shit, but it had its like fangs removed, but they had it bite fucking Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh, yeah.
And Jake the Snake was on Rogan's podcast, and he was saying how fucking Randy Savage made him like wanted to watch the snake bite him first before he let him do it to him.
Oh, so that he would know it wasn't
Yeah.
like
Fucked up. But yeah, I can't like I don't really like.
I got like a couple of
shit,
friends
man.
of mine that are like still crazy into it.
Yeah.
I'll go to his house for like my buddy Vinny Patron that I called last time I was here. He's like super into wrestling still. So I go to his house for like a pay-per-view here and there.
Sure.
That's the only reason I got all defensive because that's like
Yeah.
that's my fucking boy. You know what I mean?
I wasn't insulting him.
No, you certainly were, and I don't appreciate it honestly.
Sorry, Vinny.
Oh yeah, here's the Cobra. Shit. I'll turn this thing around so you guys can see it. I'm just googling Jake the Snake.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying.
Snake.
But like now that I'm like when I was a kid, I just liked like fucking the actual fighting. But I like the science behind the shit now. Like the whole thing like that Danaher has going on with the Death Squad, like with like Gordon Ryan, Nicky Ryan, all those guys. It's sick.
Yeah, I never
He
actually.
just has like the brain for it. And he's like talking about like the primary leg and this because I don't know. Do you know Rob Diggle?
I know it. No.
He teaches at like Long Beach Jiu-Jitsu, but he also teaches at Long Island MMA.
Oh, okay. That's
And-
actually like 2 doors down from the academy I train at.
Yeah, he's like he like went to school for like philosophy, like that's what like he wanted to do, but he like has such like a brain, like he's like kind of like John Danaher, he like philosophizes about like leg locks. It's like so specific like to that, because when anybody else teaches you anything like a guillotine triangle, it's like it's pretty straightforward, but with the leg locks, it's like
very intricate.
It's intricate, and you gotta like really fucking know your shit.
My coach watched the Danaher DVDs like recently, and I remember like the next day in class, he was like, kind of saying like I had a tough time getting through it because like he was doing like back takes, and like before he even locked in the seatbelt, he would talk for fucking 45 minutes about like what he was like the parts of the body you want to put more pressure on than others, and he would just go on, and like that's what I was gonna say before when you said like the science of it and everything. Yeah, I thought
a lot of science.
when I saw UFC like before I had any idea about fighting, when they went to the ground, I used to be like, what, like I just thought it was like that just happened and you have to like figure it out. I didn't know there was like actual science to grappling and shit like that. Like, I thought they were just mad scrambling. Honestly.
Now, like when you watch somebody like not only get them to the ground, but keep them there and keep the pressure and like side control, that is so fucking hard to do.
Oh my god!
When I hear somebody scream, "Oh, I wish they would just stand them up,"
I hate that. Oh my god!
Because like, do you know how
that's my favorite part of the fight?
That is. Like once you secure the takedown, that's like it's such like a relief, and like there's some assholes like, oh, this is fucking boring.
It's boring. Stand them up.
It always looks so much easier than it actually is.
Yeah.
Always. Like look at a kickflip, right? You look at a kickflip, like board spins around one time. Okay, big deal. Yeah. Good. Love figuring that shit out.
It took me when I used to skateboard as a kid. It took me like years to figure out how to like consistently land a kickflip, and I never even got that good at it. You know? Yep. But I remember like. My first competition I ever did was at Grappling Industries in Manhattan, and I remember like because when you're at your gym you're training like I could you can go like 20 fucking rounds in a row or whatever like it's no you're just training with your friends, there's no real like pressure on you. I went like to my first 5-minute round and I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like there was so much adrenaline and nerves I couldn't fucking catch my breath. Like I was trying to do the shit I would do with ease at my gym and it was like so fucking so much effort to put into it, and it kind of made me realize how. Like the people that fight in like UFC and shit, they're psychopaths.
Oh yeah.
Like imagine that's like I was like trying to imagine that same feeling, except for instead of just like the guy trying to choke me or put me in an armbar, he was like punching me in the face as hard as he could. You know what I mean? Those people are they're not right in the head. Just like it worked out for them in a positive way, but they're fucked up. The people that do that professionally.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's an insane thing to do.
I
like
think there's certain like I think some people have
it's
that.
It's our new version of a Coliseum.
Right. Yeah. I think everybody has like kind of like a primal like instinct to them where but some people kind of embrace it and some others don't. Yeah. But like everybody secretly wants to get into a fight.
Of course.
Everybody like every time like somebody's like a dick when you're driving like and they're like, oh, pull over. Everybody secretly like wants to like I'm just gonna pull over. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. But like most people are like don't. I mean you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying
don't.
like in your head you think about what if I did pull over? Just
start
fuck this guy.
Pummeling this guy. Yeah. You know what? I
noticed shit never works the way you want it to though. Never.
Since I started,
well, plus Fitzy would get out and he'd just pull guard. On Sunrise Highway.
Bet your fucking ass. I'm not trying to get slammed on concrete. I'll fucking single leg X him right there on the side of the Sunrise.
Oh my God.
But no, but I was gonna say like ever since I started training, I've actually been way less interested in getting in fights. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. I was never the guy who like went out picking fight. I'm not a tough guy by any means. I'm not like at the bar like I'm gonna fucking fuck somebody up tonight. You know what I mean? I was never that guy. But since
that's a lie.
No, I swear to God, you guys, anyone I know, I'm not a fucking. True. I've never been out looking for a fight in my life.
Total pussy.
Total pussy. Seriously, I'm not interested. But since I started training, it's like it amplified that because now like you get an ego check almost every day. Like I go to the gym and some like 140-pound purple belt works me, dude. Like fucking humiliates me with no effort. Yeah. He's not even out of breath when he's done fucking me up. You know what I mean? and it makes me think like you can't like size anyone up. You can't like look at a dude and be like, "I'll kick his ass." You have no idea.
That was the one thing that I realized the most at jiu-jitsu. Like, first, how many people I knew that go there, and second of all, like the banks, the belts and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're literally half my size, and you could fuck me up.
Yeah. My first ever jiu-jitsu class.
With ease, nonetheless.
Not my first. Well, I started at a Sarah's Academy in Huntington.
Okay.
And it was a great academy. It was awesome. But
they're like more traditional there, right?
Yeah, they use gis and everything.
Like,
you weren't even allowed to do no gi until I can't remember if it was like either 3 stripes or you had to be a blue belt, but you weren't allowed to do no gi off the bat. You had to like train for a while. You know what I mean? But anyways, you know, I came in. I was like, oh, I was in the Marines. I used to do like, you know, in the Marines they make us do combatives. Like
McNasty.
Yeah, McNasty. We McMap. The martial arts program in the military, by the way, is a fucking joke. But
okay.
you know, we would. It is.
Oh.
Well, no, like black belts and shit.
Like, actually, I really liked it.
No, like listen, black belts and McMap and shit are like solid fighters. But everything.
I will fucking eye gouge you.
Here's the thing though, it's a check in the box. Like you have to get a green belt before you deploy, so they like put you through the motions of like doing these, and they check it. Oh, he knows how to do it. Like they told me how to do an arm bar, and I had a good, really fucking good instructor when I was in my unit in the Fleet 3-6. So I'm not like knocking like the individual
Who
people
was
that
it?
are involved. I don't know if you're gonna Sergeant Stamalis. He was
well, you guys got a bunch of guys.
He
from
was the
Kuwait.
he did martial arts outside of the Marine Corps though, so he was like really good at instructing
Yeah.
and things like that. I'm not knocking like guys in the Marine Corps who are interested in it. I'm knocking like the system in general is set up to where it's like a check in the box for you to get through it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I think too that varies. Like I think that maybe it was important to like my command, so we did it more extensively than. Whereas some other commands were more into other shit.
So maybe I'm
you
just
know?
talking about my experience then.
Because like we used to do like fucking Monday mornings, we would just do we'd be all stand in big circle on the lawn of the barracks, and we'd just fuck
Just
each
roll.
other
Yeah.
up. And like one guy, like if you tap a guy out, like we do it now, we call it like King of the Hill.
Yeah, it's King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And then fucking we just send a fresh guy in every time.
Dude, I was wrestling a 140-pound kid, half my size,
Yeah.
and he was holding me off and defending everything.
Dude, we used to attack each other. Like if there was a squad in a so at the barracks, it's pretty much everybody's like bedroom. It's usually like 3 guys to a room, and then like a lot of the bathrooms were adjoining and
Sure.
shit. So if there was a squad like doing like a class, we'd fucking sneak in through the bathroom. We'd fuck
Brawl.
them up. Like
Have
we
a
just attack 'em.
barracks brawl. Yeah.
Yeah. So like anytime like you'd be sitting there like quietly like just like studying fucking whatever urban warfare or some shit, and then all of a sudden you fucking everybody's just
on
attacking
top
you
of you
and
trying
shit.
to choke the shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But that's what I was getting at though. It's with Sarah is like when I first started, I had that thought from the Marine Corps. Like I used to do this shit all the time. Like, you know, and I'm looking at some of the kids. Like a lot of the dudes there look like nerdy. You know,
Sure.
like they look kind of. So, you know, they don't let you roll your first couple days. They want you to like see it. And I was a little offended by that. I didn't say nothing. You know, obviously I know like I know my place. But I was like, come on, dude. Like I was in the military. Like I can do this shit, whatever. So my first time they let me roll, they put me against this like 140-pound Asian kid, maybe less. Like he was a skinny fucking kid. And in my head, I'm like, come on, like seriously. Like I used to do this with fucking Marines. Like I'm a
About
tough
to eat
guy.
some humble pie.
And I didn't listen. By the way, none of this is out. None of this.
Put your bib on and get
Yeah.
a fork and knife because you're
None of-
going to eat some humble pie today.
Yeah. And
Served by an Asian man.
did I ever?
Oh.
Did I?
Does that mean?
But listen. I swear to God, dude. I didn't say anything. Obviously, I was like, all right, thanks, you know. But in my head, I'm like, come on, like. So I was like, all right, well, the coach will see me like beat this guy up, and then he'll be like, oh, you're really good. Nope.
Here's my chance.
This guy was like a 2-stripe white belt, dude. I shit you not. This kid fucking humiliated me.
Oh, yeah.
And he tapped me. I shit you not. He tapped me like every 20 seconds. I was in something else. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like from that was the day that like triggered the fucking whatever snapped in my head that I'm like, I'm gonna be obsessed with this now. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, if it makes you that effect, and this kid was a
The guy who serves me Chinese food just fucked me up.
This
Okay,
kid-
gotta get serious.
This kid was a
This is totally
2-stripe
a joke,
white
by
belt.
the
This
way.
was a 2-stripe white belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This kid was like very low on the totem pole, and he was having his way
Wiping
with
the
me.
floor with you.
Like if
Yeah.
we were in jail together, I'd been washing his drawers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was sunning me, and I was like, damn, dude, like I gotta fucking. And then from that day forward, I've always had that mindset of like, I can't like size anyone up anymore. I don't want to get in fights. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
when I first when I got over I had some injuries when I first got out, but like once I started to heal up and I started training at like a smaller school, it was like cool, but then I like started training at where I train now, because it's like I used to work like weird hours, so I wanted a place I could train in the morning. But I would go and I love my gym. I love my coaches. They're sick. Like my one coach is like one of my best friends. But like I was so discouraged for a while because I'd go in the morning classes and there would be fucking guys like there'd be like fucking guys who actually fight in the fucking UFC like there, and I'm like, fuck, I'm getting fucking murked. But like it just kept getting my ass kicked, kept tapping. Then suddenly like my defense got better, and my offense, like not against them obviously, but against like other people. And like,
Not against the good people, just
you know,
everybody else.
but like
That's
like eventually you build like an offense, and that's like the only way to do it. If you come in and you're just smashing everybody, but you're just holding them fucking down. You're not gonna learn anything.
It's the best feeling when you start like kind of getting something clicks, like
when you figure shit out.
Yeah,
it's the best feeling.
It's the best
That's
feeling.
what, yeah, like
the best feeling.
Actually, when I first started, sorry, I'm a little further away from the mic. When I first started, I was the only white belt in my gym for a good while. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There might have been like one other, but he was like a 4-stripe, like basically almost a blue belt,
Sure.
But yeah, so I didn't tap anyone for like months. Like my first like 2 or 3 months, I didn't tap anybody, and it was like.
Does your gym still do open mat?
Yeah, every Sunday at noon actually. Long Beach Submission Grapplers, 166 West Park Avenue, upstairs above the bodega. Shameless plug.
Above the bodega.
We have open
there's a bodega
mats,
downstairs.
too.
Oh, dude.
There's a bodega downstairs.
Love bodega food.
We have open mats too. Long
Well,
Island MMA.
Come train, go downstairs, get some bodega food. You'll be but what the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so when I first started, like I said, I didn't get a tap for months,
Sure.
and then once I was far enough along where like new guys started coming in and like, oh, I want to try it out, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm still new myself. Like it would probably be a pretty even match.
Sure.
And then I end up like fucking tapping him like with relative ease, and I was like, holy shit, like
99% of jiu-jitsu.
He just looks at his hands.
Yeah, I'm like this.
These are killing
machines. That's what
I'd like to register these weapons.
But you know what I'm saying though, right? Like it's like, wow, this shit works. Like that's what it told you.
He walks in one day, his eyes are bloodshot. Goes up. Is it a sensei?
All right, you know what? If you guys are gonna break my balls the whole podcast.
Goes up to his coach. He's like, Coach, we have to have a talk. What? These are killing machines.
All right, that's it. I'm out of here. I've had fun today.
Help me control my hands, please.
The coach is like, I've created a monster.
You have one stripe on your white belt.
It's glowing.
I will kill anyone with these.
All right, fuck you guys. I'm not talking about anything for the rest of the podcast. Have fun doing this without me.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
Wait, do you remember in SOI when we used to have like Fight Club?
Oh yeah.
There's like videos
What
of
is
that.
SOI?
Yeah.
Wait, is this like a Fight Club? You can't talk about Fight Club?
No.
It's closed down now, so
you
I guess
definitely
we can
shouldn't talk about it, but
shouldn't.
Well, no, I mean I'm out now, so we can just say whatever we want. But SOI is School of Infantry.
Okay.
So if you're going to the infantry and the Marines after boot camp, you go to SOI, right? It's like our, everyone goes to their job school. If you're a mechanic, you go to that school. Like that's what our school was, School of Infantry. So yeah, but we used to
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, like every time the instructors left, and like I'm not exaggerating either. Like every single time the instructors weren't around, we would just form a fucking circle and be like, all right, 2 guys get in there. I don't care who. We're going. Like
yeah, it was just like fucking testosterone
Mayhem.
Overload.
Yeah,
everybody just fucking each other up all the time.
Remember I got in there with like 3 guys one time. Remember I was like,
yeah,
because we used to do that. Like, all right, 3-on-1, let's do it. Like we would just have like yeah, it was like nuts.
Yeah. They'd come in the morning, so every morning, like, you kind of stand in line to make sure everybody's there.
Sure.
We'd have fucking black eyes, fucking all scraped up.
People have fat lips and shit.
Yeah, they'd come in and be like, I don't want to know. Some nights, like, I would, like, go in, like, we'd fuck around for a while, and then be like, all right, I'm going to bed. They'd be fucking fighting until 4 in the morning. I used to put fucking earplugs in my fucking ears.
Yeah.
So I go to sleep.
We'd be, like, we were in the same platoon in SOI, so we, like, stayed in the same squad bed, you know? So
it's like a big room with all bunk beds.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I gotta, like, I forgot the terminology is, like, not universal. But, yeah, like, same thing. There'd be like flashlights all over the place, and like you hear guys like grunting, oh, like you're just like, I just want to go to bed. It feels like you're in prison. Like I just want to go to bed. I want to do my time and get out of here.
So this is so funny, right? So I listen to your stories, and then I have a friend of mine, Bobby Fleming.
I know Bobby. I remember when Bobby was like a little kid.
And so Bobby went into the Air Force as an officer, and I crashed at his spot in when he was down in Pensacola. He's got air conditioning, a whole solo apartment, solo bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is like royalty living, and and you can take a boat out whenever you want for $50 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
When people talk to me about like, oh, you didn't live in the ghetto. Like, no, I lived in the barracks. That's fucking pretty close.
I used to say, because I grew up in Canarsie in Brooklyn. And I lived like right by the Bayview Projects, like by Canarsie. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Brooklyn at all.
Not too familiar.
The Bayview Projects is like right by Canarsie Pier. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
And my babysitter lived in the projects. I had a bunch of friends that lived in there, so I'd be in there like pretty often. And I remember like living at the barracks, and like the AC would be out in August, and fucking you'd have to open your door to like not sweat to death, and then the bugs in North Carolina, the fucking bugs would come in and just eat you alive, and like it was dirty, there was mold everywhere.
Dude, we got AC in here.
Yeah. People were getting sick, and I remember thinking to myself all the time, like, this is fucking nicer than those projects were. Or no, excuse me, this is shittier than those projects were. This is way shittier.
I believe it.
You know what I mean?
You had
I believe it.
like 105 dudes sharing one washer and one dryer.
Oh my god.
And fucking,
yeah.
like it'd be like 3:00 in the morning. You could, if you wanted to drink, no matter what day or time, you could always find somebody that was like drinking. We used to have. So now the barracks are like they're inside, like all the rooms are inside like a building, but they used to just be like kind of like
in a
apartments, kind of like
motels.
No, not a fucking tent. Like just like a long brick building. So we could call it catwalk, is like the sidewalk in front of all the doors.
Sure.
And it would just be like full of people just standing outside the door, smoking, like in their underwear, just like
drinking
miserable
at 9 a.m. fucking chugging beers. And
we used to
oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
so one night, fucking I got somebody was banging on our door at like fucking midnight. I'm like, what the fuck? I hear my roommate get up, and he fucking opens the door, and a garbage can, like a big fucking like 30-gallon garbage can full of water, just pours into my fucking room. It was because he opened the door, somebody leaned it against it. It's called what do we call it? Snorkeling. It's called snorkeling, people.
So they just soak your room in water?
Yeah, just fucked up. One time I like.
That's the douchiest thing ever.
Yeah. One time I was fucking brushing my teeth. So like there's a bed, bed, and on the other side of the room is like a bunk bed, and then there's a sink like at the like right across from the door that you walk in. It's like one big square room.
Sure.
Because the bathroom just had a toilet and a shower in it.
Okay.
And I had my shirt off and I was brushing my teeth. The door to my room was open. Somebody fucking shot me in the back with a blow dart.
oh.
Was just walking past and saw me and just hit me with a fucking blow dart while I was brushing my teeth.
Barracks are lawless.
It's fucking insane. Or I used to roll a fucking. Everybody always had like a weird fucking weapon.
Yeah.
It's like so like
people had tomahawks and shit.
yeah,
like.
it would get hot and our ACs never worked, so you'd leave the door open, and a fucking shaving cream can, like Barbasol, would come rolling in, and somebody would shoot it with the fucking thing,
And it would
blow
fucking-
up. They called it an avalanche. It was so fucked up.
Yeah, I remember. I actually told this. Well, I told part of this story. I have a song on my second album called "Welcome to the Infantry."
Yeah.
Where I described like my first weekend at the barracks
Sure.
and like how these guys were fucking with me or whatever. But I only told part of the story. Like, so it was me and my roommate, this kid Bob Forrester. He's one of my best friends to this
Does
day.
anybody want a beer while you
Yeah, I'll take one. I have one on standby. But anyways, this kid.
I'll take one on standby.
Is that warm?
Yeah, kind of one.
But so this kid Rob Forster, till this day, one of my best friends. He grew up in like the Boston area, you know. But anyways, him and I were roommates. We're watching. Yo, I shit you not. This is gonna sound super boot. And a lot of people aren't gonna know what I'm talking about. We were watching Ears Open, Eyeballs Click.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a documentary movie about Marine Corps boot camp, and we just got out like a month ago. So I don't know why we thought it was interesting. Like why do I want to? I just saw this. Yeah. But anyways, we were watching that, and all of a sudden, it was Friday night, and it was our first Friday in the unit. I was in fast company first, so I wasn't in the fleet right away. But it's like the same kind of environment almost, you know? But anyways, we're watching our movie.
Debatable.
No, I know it's debatable. I know. You know what I mean,
I
though.
was kidding. It's not.
No, it is. He's got a point. But it's still like, there's still people out to fuck with you, though, all the time.
Sure.
You know? So,
They would fuck with you all hours of the day, no matter what.
fucking nonstop.
Nonstop.
But I actually got luckier.
Why?
I mean, no, hazing doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, there's no hazing in the Marine Corps. It's been stomped out. Yeah. So, but anyways, so I'm in my room watching this movie with my buddy.
Fast company.
Yeah, no, there was no hazing at Fast Company.
No.
Not even once. No.
Not
But so we're sitting in this room watching this movie. This story is in a video game. So we're fucking watching the movie. It's our first Friday in the unit. We had the doors locked. We had the blinds closed. We had the lights off. Very romantic, right? And we both told each other like, all right, we're just not gonna go outside because we hear people like screaming and
you and
yelling.
him?
No,
Oh.
my roommate at the time. This
Not
kid,
me.
the kid Bob Forster I was telling you about.
Okay.
But anyways, we're sitting in a room. We're like, all right, we have the blinds drawn. That's the way to say it, right? When they're closed.
Drawn, yeah.
Yeah. So they're closed. Fucking.
We could just say
door,
close.
Door. Whatever. I was trying to be fancy. trying to be fucking.
Will you draw the blinds, please, sir?
I'm trying to-
draw the blinds, please.
I'm trying to be articulate for your podcast. You're welcome, by the way. So, anyways.
For anyone that's made it now 45 minutes in that's holding on, they're like, oh, thank you for mentioning the blinds being drawn. I was curious.
You're welcome. So, you know, our whole thing was we hear people like screaming outside. We hear fucking, we hear kids like, "I Lance Corporal," you know, like, oh well, that's not gonna make sense, but just, you know, people getting fucked with. So we're like, all right, we're just gonna stay in our room all night. We're not gonna go out for any reason. We're just gonna sit here and be safe, and that was it. And then like an hour into the movie, all of a sudden we shit. You know, and I was like, sorry, I didn't realize I was gonna.
Holy fucking eardrum!
I didn't realize it was
Is that a
gonna.
mortar?
I didn't realize it was gonna vibrate. I didn't realize it was gonna vibrate the whole table. But we hear someone banging on the door, like relentlessly, fucking like the ATF or something, like. And I was
Why
like,
is it gotta be the ATF?
I was like, don't because I'll explain later. But they were, and so I told him, I said, yo, don't open it. I said, don't open it. Do not open that fucking door. And he's like, no, we have to, dude. We have to. Like, I'm like, no, we don't have to. Just don't open it. He's like, dude, they're gonna fucking. I was like,
What are they
please.
gonna do, break it
I was
down?
like begging him, like, please don't open it. So he goes up and he opens it, and he's like, you know, senior Lance Corporals who'd been to, you know, Bahrain and shit. But they were, they were like, you're coming with us, and we're like, okay. So he fucking went.
What do you
And
say about the
but
Battle
mind
of
you,
Cuba?
when you're a boot, when you first get to a unit.
Mhm.
You don't know anybody, so these guys are in plain clothes. And one of the most like anxiety-inducing things is like you don't know someone's rank, and you have to respond to them because you're supposed to address people by rank if they're above you. You know.
Yeah.
So we didn't know who they were, so we're like, yes, okay. Like we didn't know, you know.
Yes, you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yes, guy. I don't know. But anyways, they fucking bring us into a room. They made us like Thunderdome with all of them, and they were like, these guys were on
Fuck
deployment.
is Thunderdome?
Oh, that's when they like throw a guy in the middle and make everyone like fight him and shit. You know. But they like.
Like, welcome to the Thunderdome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in this room. They're like making it. These guys are, by the way, these guys are already been on deployment, taking all the supplements and worked out for their whole fucking. So they're huge. And we just got out of. Yeah.
I think those are called steroids.
I don't know. I didn't say that. But yo, and we just got out of boot camp a couple months ago in SOI. We're like 150 pounds tops, maybe. Like, you remember how skinny you were? Like, when you first got. Yeah, and they're fucking just they're beating the shit out of us over and over. And they were making us like drink 4 Locos in between rounds and shit. It was horrible. I was like trying not to throw. I was burping up 4 Loco while some fucking giant dude's like jamming my face into a carpet. I'm getting carpet burn on the side of my head. And it's fucking terrible. And they were like, we're gonna go smoke. So they all go to the smoke pit. Me and him are in the room by ourselves. But before they left, they had a Domino's pizza that was like half eaten, and they put it face down on the carpet and like smushed it in with their feet. And they were like, "This shit better be clean by the time we get back." And they fucking leave to go smoke. So me and him like found some scuzz brushes actually under their sink, and we were like trying to get the pizza cheese out of the fucking carpet. We're like, "Dude, we have to get. They're gonna kill us if we don't clean it." It's fucking horrible.
All in good fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great time.
Hazing does not exist.
Yeah, there's no hazing. That was a fictional story, by the way. And when I say fictional, I mean it fucking 100% happened to me.
Oh my god, dude, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Different time.
back in the old court.
Oh, that's when you
Back
had
in my
like.
day, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's when you had people who had actually like knew the importance of being able to like handle kind of a stressful situation.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Right now.
It has its use, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely. I mean, and then but like now, I like believe in kind of practicing what you preach. So it's like you get guys now that are just doing that just to be a dick.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know what goes on now, but like I knew anything that was going on was kind of for a reason.
Yeah.
Because my senior guys had all been to Iraq, and they had just gotten back from Afghanistan and shit, and we already knew we were going to Afghanistan, so because I think I was only in the fleet less than a year
Mike,
before.
move this closer.
We were only in the fleet for less than a year before we deployed. Some people wait like fucking 2-3 years before deploying. So.
Do you have a choice in how long you wait or no?
No, it just depends on your unit because it goes by
It's
like a cycle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of cycle out. I think it's like it's kind of like a year on year off kind of or 2 years.
Yeah,
I forget if you deploy for like a year, your unit is undeployable for 2 years, something like that. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna. No, I forgot again. Sorry, I keep doing that.
Drugs.
What are you talking about? This guy's fucking crazy.
Alcohol's a drug. It's great.
That's
Called
true. That's
Brain
true.
injury.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, after scrubbing fucking pizza out of the ground, I could imagine that you might sustain 1 or 3 of them.
No, fuck. I was gonna say something in relation to what you said about.
We were talking about cycles.
Yeah, I remember. I was gonna say. So yeah, when I became a squad leader, like when I was in charge of like newer guys, I never like fucked with them just because they were new. Like I never showed up in their room on a fucking Tuesday at 2 a.m. to fucking just mess with them because
Make their lives hell.
because like the way I like when I was like a new guy who just showed up to the unit, the way I always went about my day in my head was like, I'm gonna do exactly what I'm told. I'm gonna do exactly like what my job is and nothing more, because no matter how much I put out or no matter how much I do today, I'm gonna get the shit hazed out of me regardless. You know what I mean? So there's no point like putting in the extra effort to like be a rock star, and you know what I mean? I was like, fuck that, no way. So now like later on when I was in charge of guys, I would just try to like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't like soft on it by any means. Like if they fucked up, they knew about it,
Yeah.
But I would never like fuck with them on the basis that they were like new. I would never just like, hey, you're a boot and you're like walking around, so like I'm gonna pull you into my room and like haze you. I never, not once did I ever do that. I just didn't see I understand the importance of putting them in like a very high stress situation and like seeing how they handle it, but like,
Beating people up.
Some
rubbing
people
pieces
just
of
if they have it coming, like I'm not against it by any means, but it's like if they have it coming, then then you take care of it.
Yeah, I remember like walking with we like these brand new boots. I was like bringing them to fucking. They're like children. You kind of gotta like hold their hands everywhere. You gotta bring them places. So I had to like bring them somewhere, and fucking this guy was like, so a big thing in I'm pretty sure all branches of the military is like saying like good afternoon or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah, proper greeting of the day.
Yeah, but like if you saw like me, like I don't have to do that shit. It's like, but I'm walking with boots and they just see the boots, but they didn't see me. And this fucking kid, like fucking loser, was fucking 25 feet away from them, and he's like, "Oh, you don't fucking say it," and because he didn't know I was there. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You don't have to fucking say anything to you. I was like, okay, tell him to go fuck himself. It's okay. You can say it. Fucking loser.
Bold leadership style.
So you're supposed to say good morning or good afternoon to everybody?
Not everybody, if they outrank you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, there's like after a while, it's just kind of like a head nod.
Yeah, it's
It's like a mutual understanding.
if it's like your company commander walking by, obviously you have to like salute him and say good morning or whatever. Or if it's like a staff sergeant.
But if I'm gonna
like,
walk past you 5 times, like
yeah, kind of drop it. It's like, all right, I know. Like,
head nod.
Yeah, but
Head nod. I don't even want to look at you. You're so ugly.
yeah.
Just face pop.
I'm sick of you. But when you're
walking
but when you're like a boot, when you're a new guy,
don't
you
have
have to say it to like fucking everybody. You have to say it to like Lance Corporals and shit. You have to good morning, Lance Corporal, good morning. Like saying it all day basically.
Do you know how fucking annoyed it is when you're hungover and they're all running out of the building
And they're all saying it one at a time.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say anything to me, please.
Yeah.
One blanket, like, hello.
Every
Hi.
time I was walking through the
Leave me
hallway,
alone.
that hallway like in the middle of the barracks, and there was a whole line of boots like coming in while I was going out. They're like, "Good morning, Corporal. Good morning, Corporal. Good morning, Corporal."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Stop!
Please,
Please,
God.
fucking knock it off!
No
Driving
more.
me nuts." I used to be like, "What's up?"
They all
Good morning,
go,
Corporal. I'd be like, "What's up?"
they all like go out and buy fucking like Mustangs. What's the line you have?
Oh,
So
yeah,
get that
20%
Mustang.
interest.
20% interest.
So wait,
Or what? Oh, I think we talked about this.
Yeah, it's like a very common phenomenon in the Marine Corps. Well,
Just
They're-
ripping them off.
yeah, the car dealerships in military towns are very predatory, because because they know that it's like an 18-year-old kid who's like completely detached from their parents. Like even in college, you're still kind of like relying on your parents a little bit or whatever. In the Marine Corps, you have these 18-year-old kids that are like, all right, you have the weekend off, and you basically have infinite money. Like in an 18-year-old's mind, having a guaranteed paycheck twice a month is infinite fucking
Even
money.
if it's fucking $500.
Yeah, it's like $600 or something like. But I in my head, I have a place to stay. I have 3 meals a day, so that's $600. I'm fucking partying, dude. But that's how most new
You know how
guys
much
think.
Taco Bell you can get for $600?
Yeah, dude. You can go
I tell you what. When I was in Pensacola, apparently a lot of Marines are on that base.
Yeah.
And they have curfew at like 11 o'clock or some shit. And we were at a bar, and he's like, look, after 11 o'clock, like everybody other than the Marines is still here. He's like, watch how many people leave. And like 10:45 rolled around, and it was like 15 minutes to get back to base. That bar was a ghost town, like that.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, but
Do you think there's a lot of vaping going on?
it was
Yeah.
before I got out. There was.
Yeah, right.
I got out in 2014, and there was like when we were like doing classes in there's like a common area in the middle of the barracks, like just big rooms where you can just kind of congregate, and they would use them for like do classes and things like that.
Sure.
And you would see like kids like fucking blowing these fat clouds,
I know it's like bad, but like I like the Juul because like when I'm drinking or something, or I'm gambling, like if I go, like I went to a bachelor party recently to Atlantic City, like I like the motion of like smoking, but I don't like actually smoking cigarettes.
Sure.
So like the Juul is a great alternative.
Sure.
I find that you get way more hooked on it though.
You think so?
Because you can do it wherever.
But also like I've tried like to dip,
Ugh.
and it's just gross.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like, but like I don't know.
Yeah, because you
cool.
can smoke on this thing. It tastes like cherries
just-
all day.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you don't get
what
that-
flavor? I'm having mint cucumber.
Yeah,
today.
you know, like you're
Doesn't,
not,
like,
you're not
make
like
you
inhaling
smell.
tar and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to fucking smoke when I was like still active duty. I smoked like a pack a day plus sometimes. You know.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
That's
Yeah.
kind of part. It's just how it is. Like
Yeah.
everybody does. And now it's crazy because like it didn't affect my physical performance at all. Now,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
I went to a
fuck
wedding
it.
last week and I got fucking pretty hammered, and I wound up like smoking a couple cigarettes because I was piss ass drunk, and like I woke up and I was like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, like.
It
But
fucks
when
you
I was
up.
that young, you know, 18, 19, whatever, I was chain smoking. I could still run a fucking
Didn't matter.
19-minute 3-mile. You know, it's crazy.
Even now, like I feel like once you're over like 25, like hangovers are
Oh,
just like
Yeah.
Dude,
it just sucks.
I never got good hangover, or never coped with hangovers well.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, dude, brutal.
Yeah.
And I have the tolerance of a fucking woolly mammoth that
Yeah.
like I could drink enough to kill a small family of people. And then like, you know, it's cool, super hammered, go to bed like, you know, 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning, whatever it is, and then I'm hungover for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
oh
I get
dude,
hungover for like days.
Really?
days, bro.
I get 1 day and 1 good night's sleep and I'm good. But it is brutal for that 1 day.
Even
Dude.
yesterday,
My old company, I got so fucking hammered. I threw up at a job site one day. Dude, thank God I knew the girl, like who was like the office manager.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel so good. I was like, I was really fucking hammered from last night. And she's like, oh my God. She goes, you get a puke? I go, probably. Got in the bathroom. Didn't make it to the toilet. Like, on the way to the toilet. Everywhere. Was like in there for like toilet. She's like, that fucking bathroom better be clean because I got cleaned yesterday.
Dude.
I'm like,
We used to wake up hungover and like go to PT.
Yeah,
And
it
be
should be
fine. Like
fine.
be fine. I remember there was one night I went to. So when I was stationed on Camp Lejeune, you were stationed there too, right? Yeah. Like there's this college called ECU, Eastern Carolina University.
Yeah, I used
It's
to go there all the
yeah,
time.
me too. It's 2 hours west of Camp Lejeune, so a lot of times on the weekends we like to go there because there's not a lot of other
Go
Marines.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Fucking years or
not
whatever.
a lot of, and probably hot chicks.
It's not. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's college town, you know. But on top of it, the biggest factor is there's not a lot of Marines around. Like you don't want to go to a place where everyone's a Marine. It's fucking.
Irritating.
It's not irritating. It's just like
It's just they're
you're around Marines. That's your job to be around Marines. You don't want to be around Marines when
Yeah.
you're off. But anyways, so we'd go to ECU, and what were we talking about?
Going to ECU to not be around Marines.
to not
What were you talking about before? that?
hangovers.
Hangover, thank you. So I went to one day we were it was me and like our corpsman in my company who's like, you know, he's like our what they call in the army a medic. Like
Sure.
He's our medical
But
guy.
they're Navy.
They're
like
Navy personnel, though, yeah.
sailors.
Okay.
But
Shout out to Showtime Seaward, my corpsman.
shout out to Doc Stevens, Baby Doc. That's my corpsman.
Yeah, shout out
But
to
they
my
all have really cool
Shout out to my
nicknames.
audience for listening.
They all have really cool nicknames. by the
Thanks,
way.
guys.
Yeah, thank you too. But he was
2
like,
Doc.
it was like Halloween night, but it was a fucking Thursday. So I had PT at like fucking whatever, like 5:30 in the morning,
Sure.
6 in the morning, and he's like, "Yo, let's go to ECU. It's Halloween. It's gonna be crazy." I'm like, "Dude, it's fucking 2 hours away. We got work in the morning." And by this point, it's already, you know, 7 p.m. You know, and he's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "No, dude, it's
Gotta drive for 4
it's
hours to be there for
insane."
2 or 3.
Yeah, so he's like, "Dude, we'll go. We'll have like a couple of drinks. We'll hang out, whatever, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." So yeah, we drive there, and naturally we got fucking tanked. We didn't have 1 or 2 drinks. That never has happened in my whole enlistment. I don't know why I still bought that. Like,
What?
we're just
Never
gonna-
happens.
never had 1 or 2 drinks. My
my
entire
God.
enlistment.
I don't know why women think that 1 or 2 drinks is just like, oh, we're gonna go out for like 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah.
I could count on one hand how many times I've said that and actually only had 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah.
I never did.
But other than that, it's like, oh, hey, yeah, a friend wants to catch up for lunch. We're gonna go out for like 1 or 2 drinks. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm a vegetable sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Come get me. Hammered.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So we got.
Always.
I have to be back on Camp Lejeune at like
The
6.
biggest lie ever. 1 or 2 drinks.
I have to be back for PT at 6 in the morning. So I end up there's this girl we used to stay at her apartment, Very good friend of mine. I don't know if she wants her name on here, but very, very, very close friend of mine. Anyways, I wake her up at like 3 a.m., like with one eye open. I'm like, yo, can you drive me back to Camp Lejeune? She's like, are you fucking serious? I was like, please, like, I can't not be there, obviously, like, please drive me back. She's like, oh my God. So she takes the keys. She drives me back.
Really good
2
friend.
hours?
She drives me back in my car.
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. She drives
God.
she drives me back in my car and then takes my car back to Greenville, 2 hours west of where I was
As she
stationed.
should.
I mean, no, I'm not like knocking her for it.
this is in the Carolinas?
I'm just laying out the context of the situation. How like my car is now
This is in North Carolina or South Carolina?
North Carolina. It's in so Jacksonville to Greenville was the distance, and I fucking showed up at like 5. I went like laid down for an hour. I couldn't really sleep because I was like dreading going to PT. Dude, I showed up to PT at 6. We did like a 3-mile run, and I was fucking fine. Had no like the rest of the day I worked normally and everything, and then I crashed after work, whatever. But.
I got like a drinking fine in Greenville.
Really?
Yeah, when I was 20, and I wasn't even drinking though.
No, it's only an hour and 30.
I was no, well, Camp Lejeune is big.
Jacksonville traffic too.
Yeah.
True.
Fucking, I had big X's drawn on my hands, but I wasn't even drinking. I was standing between my friend, who was at the bar, and he was passing drinks back, and I grabbed one to pass back, and fucking cop like pulled me out, showed me his badge. I'm like, oh fuck. Like I was like, I had been back from deployment like less than a year. I was like still fucked up and shit. I'm like, come on, dude. And it gave me like a $200 fine and shit. But like when you get any type of like anything, even like a speeding ticket or some shit, like it's a big deal. So you get like punished like twice if they find out.
The military punishes you too.
Yeah, so you
on top of
there's no double jeopardy. Like if you get like punished by like the actual court or whatever, and then you get punished like by the military.
Yeah.
Like,
not to mention, even if you get found innocent in civilian court, the military can still punish you.
They can find you guilty. Yeah, it's fucked up. But
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember like
you sign away all your rights. You have no rights.
But luckily,
you don't have free speech. You're not allowed to like talk about politics or anything.
Really?
It's gone. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you like go on Facebook and post a political opinion, you get in trouble for that if you're in the military. No joke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but luckily like I got it. I mean, I still had to pay it, but I had a pretty good like command because they were all kind of fucked up too. So like they were doing like worse shit than that. So
yeah, we had a bunch of guys fucking get kicked out for doing blow.
Remember
a ton of them. Like
remember our honor platoon SOI class?
Oh my God, how could I forget?
They got caught smoking.
Say they. It's our platoon. We got caught.
Okay, but I wasn't
not us personally.
I didn't do it.
It wasn't me though, but it was everybody else.
But it was us. I still would say us. Tribe mentality.
They got caught. So they do these things called what's it called? It's like a health and comfort inspection where they pretty much make you stand outside. It's like in jail where they like flip the bunks. It's like that. They go through and they search your room for shit. And so they did it when we were at SY, and like these kids, there was like you ever see like the Lion King, and he's like, everything the light touches is ours, but never go where the dark is. There's this end, and that was like the dark place. And like that whole end, like they found fucking, it was like synthetic
spice
weed. It was called spice, and like
K2.
they found bongs and all this fucking crazy shit. Piss.
People had piss because for the piss test they would like keep piss. Yeah. Niacin. Like all types of shit.
All kinds of shit. And they fucking, so we were like the honor platoon because we scored highest in all like the aspects, like whatever, but like 8 people got kicked out. It was fucked
goes to
up.
Show you drugs are good.
They called us the dishonor platoon.
Yeah.
But I remember like health and comfort inspections in the barracks, like, they always found the craziest shit.
There was always
like
something
what?
like
weapons, tarantulas, scorpions, dogs, fucking
women that were living there.
Women living there.
I shit you not. There was this kid. I don't,
comes out with her. Who the fuck is this?
I always have to like leave names.
I had
out.
a fucking beta fish. I had a Japanese beta fish, and they made a huge fucking deal out of it.
I fucking hate having to omit names. I have to like consciously try not to say names. But there
Just
was
make
this
a fake name.
There was this one dude in my unit who would always have
call him
like,
Smith.
Daquan.
What?
Well, he
Daquan.
He actually was African American. So.
Well, he didn't say that. He said his name was Daquan.
But I know, but it's funny that he guessed that name. But anyways, that wasn't his name. Though.
Is his name Daquan?
His name was not Daquan. But he fucking listen. I shit you not.
I am not
Every
okay
time
with this.
it was during the workday. Like
yeah. PSA. I'm not okay with this at all.
Listen.
just in case this goes back, I'm not. This is totally not okay. with this.
Absolving himself. Of
I'm not okay. I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna listen, but I'm not okay.
Let me just tell my horribly offensive story, okay?
All
Right, John Smith.
So John Smith,
Yeah.
upstanding, Anglo-American.
Okay,
He-
see, John Smith
we
could be any
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
American.
So we go into
What's wrong with Daquan?
Yeah, what's wrong with that, Caesar?
Nothing.
You believe this? You believe this fucking guy?
Oh, don't turn the tables on me.
So anyway, let me finish my story, please. I've had enough of your fucking bigotry. So anyways, during the day, like during like a normal work day, if you go into his room, there would be this, like very, very. I don't know if he's gonna hear this, so I don't want to be like too disparaging.
Is he
but
probably gonna hear it though?
I don't know, probably not, but I just don't want to take a chance. But there was a
bury
very,
this
very
thing on
large white woman.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at very large.
She's fat with PH.
Fat with PH. Sure. well, let's go with that. And she would be in his room all the time. And like, just for context, you are not allowed to have women in the bar only during non-work hours. And then at 10 p.m. they're gone. That like the duty will come through. I mean, obviously people broke that rule all the fucking time, but like on paper by 10 p.m. All women have to be gone. And he would have her in there like during the work day, staying overnight. He had her like hide in a wall locker during inspection one time, so they wouldn't see that she was like living there basically.
Sure.
Yeah, it's nuts. And like we had an inspection one day, and we sometimes you get word sooner that there's going to be a health and comfort, so you kind of give everyone the heads up. So we got a heads up about a health and comfort, and we're like, dude, you got to get her the fuck out of here. He's like, no, man, they got a problem. They can fucking, they can come fucking let me know. I'm like, dude, get her the fuck out of here. You can't have this. It's not okay.
Yeah, and she's a large woman.
Yes.
It's not even like something good to get
Just
caught
put her
with.
in camis.
So it's like not only like weapons and drugs and animals. It's humans. Like we find humans during these inspections. Weren't supposed to fucking.
What are you keeping in there? Nothing. Oh, why did you just bring back Taco Bell for 3 people?
There was a guy in my unit with a puppy.
Yeah.
A
it happens all
Rottweiler
the
puppy. We're
time.
like, yo, you have a couple of months till that thing is way too big to manage in a barracks room. You can't do that.
I remember.
These barracks rooms aren't big though, aren't
No,
they?
not at all. You can barely go brush your teeth without bumping into your roommate. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I remember, like, I think it was like, maybe I shouldn't say the unit name, but the guys across the street from us, they had, in the morning, they'd have puppies running around, like little pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
We'd see them, like, running around and shit.
lawless.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Well, it's
insane.
like-
What weapons would people find?
Katanas and shit, like
Kinds of shit.
what nunchucks, like fucking crazy shit. People had guns too.
Yeah.
People had like no shit firearms in the barracks.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Are you not allowed to have?
Absolutely
No.
not. No.
Oh.
Your issued weapon that you have,
Uh-huh.
you pull it out of the army when you go to train, and then when you come back, they search your entire body to make sure you don't have any live ammo, and then you turn your weapon back into the army and go about your day. You don't like hang on to that. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're not allowed to have firearms in the barracks at all. Not.
And some people just had.
Yeah, people had guns and shit. Like my friend had a fucking AK in his.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said that on the.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we edit that out later.
Yeah, but I remember there was one big one after a firearms incident. Unfortunately, somebody killed themselves in the barracks, and we had to do a health and comfort inspection, and they found fucking all kinds of shit. Because normally you get heads up.
Dogs.
Normally you get a heads up.
Drugs.
Like the day before, they usually give you a heads up. Not that I was so boring. I had nothing. I had no cool stories.
Oh, you want to come search? You want to come search my?
Search my room,
Look at all this
please.
gay porn. All right. You want to come search it?
We found one of ours. We found a butt plug in someone's wall locker.
Oh, one time we got word, and we took this kid's room. We got a dildo with a suction cup, and we covered it in cheese, like the fucking MRE cheese, and we suctioned it to the back of his closet so that when they opened it up,
it would just be like hanging there.
Dude, the guys in my fraternity just went down to Puerto Rico, and one of the guys, I guess, wasn't paying attention to his bag, and they took a water bottle that was half full and taped it to a dildo, and then tucked it away in his bag. So then obviously you go through like bag check, and it's like beep 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 beep, like whatever fluids. And he's like, "What do you mean it's my bag? There's no fluids in there." She's like, "No, come here." And I saw the whole thing on video, and she's like, "No, come here." And she's going through and then they're all recording it now, so you obviously know something's about to fucking happen. And she's like, she literally pulls out, and she's like, and it's a water bottle with this massive black dildo just strapped to the side of it, and she like holds it up like Simba in the Lion King, and everybody's just staring at it. He's like, "Oh, funny guys, funny."
Shame this man.
If you fellas will excuse me, I do have to drain the vein real quick.
Drain Devane.
That's okay.
Devane.
Who's Devane?
My apologies.
Oh God, cheese on a dildo in a closet.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't that clever, but whatever.
Look, when you're strapped for ideas.
Yeah, we used to like hide. Like one time we hid a picture of, you know that picture of Burt Reynolds where he's like naked lying on a bearskin rug.
I feel like I do.
So like we printed it out one time. We like hid it in this kid's in his pocket of his jacket, like of his like uniform jacket. We were going to a thing.
Sure.
And somebody reached in his pocket and pulled it out. I'm like, why do you have this? Like in front of everybody. It's really fucked.
I know exactly which one you're talking about now. Power Google. That's gnarly.
What?
Just like the shit that you guys did.
Yeah, I feel like it was just like stupid shit sometimes. It was funny though.
Yeah, but it's normal.
Yeah, I mean we were children. You know, like I got out of the Marine Corps when I was 21.
Oh my God.
So like the whole time I was in, I was still a child.
Literally.
I went in only a couple months after I graduated high school, and you knew me in high school. I was not very mature.
You don't say.
You don't say.
You don't say. Yeah, man, it's crazy getting out before you're even or while you're in a quote unquote adult.
Yeah.
I think being 18 is ridiculous as an adult age, but 21 you're starting to figure shit out.
Yeah, 21 is like you're kind of like, oh, well, I'm an adult now.
23 is when, like, in my opinion, shit just started to like cohesively come together.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't like, you know, okay, I'm like figuring shit out now.
Yeah. Yeah, like that whole 23 to 25 is like really good for figuring shit out.
Yeah. A lot of growth.
So you just closed the door like really gently, but you were fucking slamming everything else on the fucking table.
Like,
but he comes in and he fucking gently closes the door. Like there's a sleeping baby in here.
Want a seltzer or not?
No.
I'll take a beer. There's only one more seltzer, I think.
Yeah, there is only one more. That's what I was asking.
I have one. It's closed.
Yeah, give me a Modelo. There's a Modelo in there. Second shelf up, I think, on the left. Big fan of it, Modelo.
Cesar?
No, I got one still. So do you have like guests lined up, or do you just kind of like wing it?
Both, I guess. There a lot. So weirdly
You
enough,
don't post regularly, right? Like some.
no, it's going back to regularly now.
Oh, what are you like every Thursday, every other
No,
Thursday?
it's once a week.
Just whenever.
Yeah. So there's a couple things that I've realized that I need to fix with the podcast. So thing one is I need to post obviously more consistently, other than just on a weekly basis.
And that was one of your things.
What?
One of your like when you give the tips. One tip is to stay relevant.
Yeah.
You don't.
I mean,
follow.
look. So a lot of
Hypocrite.
So I'll send I have a document now that I send out to podcast guests that like, especially if it's their first time.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they're like a legal, you know, a professional, we'll call them, like a business professional. And it'll say, like, hey, everything you can do, everything you can't do. You know, like on there, blatantly says no politics.
Yeah.
You know, not that I don't want to talk about politics. It's just not good for viewership. And, you know, like, feel free to curse. You know, if you want to bring something sentimental, feel free. Like, because I've had people bring me some cool shit, and then other people would come in, they'd be like, dude, you didn't tell me I could bring you something. I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'll let everybody know that you can bring something now.
You're right. Accepting gifts.
Yeah, like, you know, just, not that I'm trying to be greedy, but people, like, got really mad. They're like, oh, my God, I wish I knew I would have brought this for
Everybody's
you.
bringing you frankincense and myrrh.
Yeah. So, and then on there, it says, provide me the bio. And sometimes people don't get me the bio right away. That's actually a lot of the times. I'll be ready to post.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, I need a bio. Like, but like you, I might not have sent this document to. A lot of people I'll send the document to where it just tells me, tells them everything that they need to know for the show. So, whatever.
Whatever.
You know?